Today, we're going to talk about not your regular vision board. If you're familiar with vision boards, you know that it's the traditional way where you can cut out pictures and get glue sticks and all the things and put together a beautiful representation of what you want to do for a year, a month, whatever. Today, we're going to talk about the 5 quadrant method to a vision board. And this is something that I came up with because after years of creating beautiful vision boards, spending lots of time cutting out, pictures in magazines or even designing things online with digital pictures, I realized that I was focused more on making a pretty picture versus or a beautiful ending product versus actually coming up with something that was true and real to what I was actually working on. So we've already spent time working on our goals. If you haven't watched that video, watch the previous video. We talked about setting our SMART goals. Now what we'll do is we'll take our SMART goals and we're going to plot them properly on our vision board. We're going to make sure that we have a beautiful representation and that it correlates to our goals, right? So the 5 quadrants is essentially, and I'll pop up a picture right now. In the center, there is God. We're focusing on what are our God goals. Everything goes back to God, but in the center, before you do anything else, what is the number one thing that God is telling you to do this year? I want you to plot that there. This is a general topic. It doesn't have to fall into any particular bucket. This one goes there. The next quadrant is the career and special interest. This is any goals that you have related to your career, promotions. Maybe you want to go out for a new job, you're applying for new jobs. Perhaps you have special interests, things that are outside of like career, but there are things that bring in money. This can also be for entrepreneurs. If you're a creative entrepreneur, a regular entrepreneur, you have some goals in that area, and that's where you'll plot them right there. The next section is we'll go with physical goals, and physical goals are exactly what it says, your physical wellness. You want to think about and be specific about the goals that you have related to your physical body, right? We're going to talk about mental goals, mental wellness goals, things that you are doing to focus on your mental health this year. And then finally, relationship goals. Now, we hear this a lot. In the world when it comes to couples and things like that. It's like hashtag relationship goals, but this is every single relationship. It's your relationship with God, it's your relationship with yourself, with your friends, with your family, and romantic relationships. All right. So this section encompasses all of that. So as you are plotting everything, I want you to be really intentional about where you're placing different things instead of just finding pretty pictures or words that stand out to you. Make sure they make sense, because what you're going to do with this vision board when you're done, you'll do it within your vision book. And if you don't have the vision book yet, I'll put a link in the description of this video so you can get the digital version of it. You can print it out, or you can actually do a digital vision book or vision board. But what you'll want to do is have this vision board somewhere where you can see it often, somewhere that you can reflect on it often. I actually created a vision board, just a hard copy of the vision board. I printed out pictures and did all that, and I plotted everything on a physical board. I took a picture of it to make it digital, and then I also made it the backdrop or the screensaver for my desktop. So not only do I have something I can carry around with me always, but I also have it on my desktop. So every time I open up my computer, unlock my screen, there it is in front of me, and I just take a couple of minutes to look through all the quadrants. And then once you make it digital, you can print it out. You can make it the screensaver on your phone, on your iPad or tablet. You can make smaller versions of it to put one in your car. I have little affirmations and things like that that I put in my car, so I'll probably put my vision board there. The entire point of all of this is to make sure that your vision and your goals, the God goals and all the things that God has told you He wants you to do this year, they are where you can always see them. Okay, they're easily accessible to you. You've spent enough time working on them. You don't want to put them on the shelf and let dust, collect on them. You want to put it somewhere where you'll be able to see them and you'll be able to glean from them and you'll be able to just have them at the forefront of your thoughts. All right. So this isn't your regular vision board. We're not just looking at things and saying, oh, yeah, that would be cool to do this year. That would be cool to do this year. No, we're being super intentional because the entire point of this entire process of reaching your goals, of plotting your goals, is to actually accomplish your goals, to get to the other side, not to just say what you're going to do, but to do it. Okay. All right. I know I've said this in other videos, but we are not going to let fear be a factor. We're going to push through the fear and move forward. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, if you are not familiar with the vision book, I have clicked the link. I have a link in the description of this video where you can go down there and grab it, grab your copy. It'll give you all the instructions of how to build out your own vision board. It'll tell you so much more about the different quadrants and why they're important. And if you need a refresher on SMART goals, I'll also put the link for that video below as well, and it'll be available to you. So that's all I have for you in today's video. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the things. Share this with your friends, your homegirls, your classmates, everybody who you know needs to get on it when it comes to goal setting. Okay? All right. I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.